something.
Tonight, I meet R2-D2. Tom has his first popcorn, and I get served by Aberforth claws.
So we came back here for breakfast. This is the diner. This is a lazy day. We haven't really got a huge amount lined up for the day. Yesterday was pretty intense. Like, there was quite a lot to do yesterday. What are you going to be doing today then?
I am going to go to a couple of sessions. I'm going to go to the Frontiers of Geophysics lecture, and then we're going to go out for dinner with people from Exeter.
And then?
Oh, I don't know, some film or something.
I hate you. Okay, I've received a piece of information which has completely changed all the plans for the day. On Twitter, a picture has just appeared that R2-D2 himself is in the exhibition hall, and my life is not complete without a picture or a video with R2-D2, so guess where I'm going? I'm coming for you, Mr. D2. I just heard him. I can hear R2-D2, where is he? Oh my god. Oh my god, there he is. Hey. Right.
Mr. D2, what was it like working with J.J. Abrams?
I can't believe that actually just happened. I just got pictures of me with R2-D2. I'm grinning like an idiot. So I just sat down and basically did nothing productive. I was catching up on YouTube subscriptions and emails, but I'm not the only one who's not being productive because people are dropping. Well, we found this at AGU as well, that by the end of the week people are just getting really tired, so people were just napping in there. I might have to have a nap this afternoon, given that we're staying up until midnight to watch Star Wars. It's just kind of funny really, everyone just runs out of steam. So I'm in the big ballroom, ahead of the Frontiers of Geophysics lecture. Got here nice and early for a seat, and it turns out I needn't have worried because there's about 1,500 spare seats. But yeah, it's nice. This is the room that we went in for the other day for Elon Musk and for the X Prizes tour. You can see it's huge. I just learned the capacity is actually 1,500 people, so I was actually pretty close. Got to decide where to sit now. I didn't want to sit at the front because I think other people deserve that more than me. Yeah, seems good.
Very pleased and honored to be able to speak to this group today. Anyway, I'd like to, what I'm going to talk about as is shown as the role of geosciences in understanding our Earth system structure.
So we just got out of the that was the geoscience, future geoscience.
Future of geophysics.
Oh, geophysics.
Yeah. Basically, in America it's geophysics, in Europe it's geoscience.
So that was all about how, well basically, like science is often thought as being very different, you know, it's like separate from most of the society, you know, it's done in research institutes and universities, and then the effects kind of like trickle down. But in the case of geosciences, particularly now, you know, when we're talking about global warming, those effects need to be felt sooner. The better, you know, the sooner they're felt the better, basically. Yeah. So what that lecture was all about, and it was a very interesting lecture. It's all about how there are lots of intergovernmental organisations. The UNFCCC is one of them. Sorry, UNFCCC, the IPCC are just two of them. But there are loads of organisations that are looking at climate risks, extreme events, flooding, food shortages, population crises. You know, like a huge number of organisations. That was the one point. 2, that they're doing a lot of work already. 3, that there's one phase that's coming to an end and others about to begin, and that the work's going to be more and more important as time goes on, really. But it's great to see that, like, instead of there being like almost like a percolation down of the effects of science, this is a direct scientist talking to heads of state, local community leaders, and making the effects felt. And it's arguably the most important thing that happens at this conference is that interface between the best science in the world and then that being fed straight into society. So I'm really, for a very, that wasn't a poorly attended lecture, it just wasn't amazingly attended. That was really important. But not as important as lunch. In a way, it's a really nice experience walking through all of these posters and not having a bloody clue what any of them mean. I mean, I don't mean that in an arrogant sense. I mean that in the sense of you do your PhD and you spend so much time working on a subject and you exclusively work on you know, one small topic, and you know that topic inside out, the field inside out. You know, in my case, I know all the essential parts of atmospheric physics, and physics and maths, essential backwards. I know all there is to know about those things. I haven't got a clue about heliophysics. It's a nice feeling not knowing. So I just had a highly scientific afternoon. Right over there is the AGU cinema, and for the past, I don't know, couple of hours, I was just sat in there on my laptop writing a few things up, but watching a whole bunch of short films. So they were showing short films for all the days of the conference, and I've seen probably every single sin in producing short films over the past couple of days, in addition to the Comic Sans the other day. I think the thing which I've noticed most of all is that I was almost going to say most scientists who produce these films are not musicians, because the music is just, it's almost always wholly inappropriate over the end credits, and it's almost always the kind of plinky plonky guitar ukulele thing. Now we're going to go off to a meal with all the Exeter people. We're here at a Mexican restaurant. It's called Taquiera, which leads me to believe it's a very low quality mistake. This looks good, this looks quite authentic. Well, it's the closest Mexican food I'll eat ever to Mexico, probably.
Tacos on tacos on 2 shells.
Well, that was fun. We're now in Mission. We're in basically the Mexican part of the city. We're off to find a bar before we go off to other booths. Are you guys embarrassed by me?
We're not talking.
These guys
embarrassing you.
Yeah. God, stop dragging me down, guys. This is the Exeter lot. You've met them all by this point, apart from Matt back there. And yeah, so we're in Mission. We're going to go find a bar, and then we're going to go and watch Star Wars. This sounds like a pretty much perfect evening from my perspective. We found a street market. It's not a bar, but it'll do. Oh, I think we might have actually now found a bar. St. Peter's, I finished 2000. No, I finished 2012. Oh no, 2013.
That was worse though, because they had to go all the way to Peterborough.
So we just had a really weird experience. We were just in this bar, incidentally, which smells like San Francisco, by which I mean it smells massively of weed. There's a bunch of jazz musicians turned up, and at the same time the Ride of the Valkyrie started playing. So of all the places I expected to hear Wagner, a bar in San Francisco, in the Mexican district of San Francisco, was not one of them. So we decided to vacate the bar as soon as the music was about to start.
You said it smelled of weed. Did you see what they were burning outside?
Yeah, they were just burning weed. They were blazing it. It's amazing how blasé people are about it here. But I think it is legal. Well, it's basically legal. So it basically smells like Amsterdam did, which is saying something, because Amsterdam was quite a dank stench. We got the film, but it's in a couple of hours, so I don't know, maybe we'll go back to the hotel and just pre-geek. Yeah. I don't know. It's like pre-drinking, but you geek. Okay. I knew there was going to be a lot of interest. Like, a lot of interest. Oh, a Jar Jar head! Jesus Christ. Oh, we're moving. How terribly convenient, we're queuing by really good lighting. We're here in the queue for Star Wars. It's actually not the biggest queue we've even been in on this trip. This indicates that episode 7 is about as popular as Elon Musk. So, after however many years of waiting, when did episode 3 come out? Was that 2003? 5. So 10 years of waiting for a decent Star Wars film. Well, actually no, we've been waiting since Return of the Jedi for a decent Star Wars film. Every single screen in the cinema is going to be dedicated to this. How excited are you? I'm quite excited. Well, we've got the full range of interest. We've got us two who are quite excited. Tom, who hasn't seen any Star Wars, and you're just presumably quite excited just to see what it's all about. Yeah. And then Nina, who is stalwartly avoiding being on camera. Bye. Oh, Genie! Mama! 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 It made a noise like it sounded like it was breaking. That was the one that they originally picked, and then they picked R2 instead. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Oh yeah, look. Some Trekkies are here. We've got Commander Data and Commander Riker. They do drinks differently here. We've been counting the first fly in the ointment. They only have salted popcorn, no sweet tea. I'll take salted popcorn over no popcorn, but I'm happy. To be honest, if that's the biggest disappointment of the night, I'll be very happy. Good God, this place has a good, ungodly number of screens. Oh my God, this is actually happening.
This was get murdered if you get that out in the film.
Oh yeah, of course I won't, yeah. This is a lot of planning to get us here. Yeah, you'll be like, oh Simon, record that bit, and I'll be like, ooh, okay. Can I interest you in a popcorn, Tom?
We can pick any time we want it.
What's the verdict? Yeah, right. Oh wow, I've got so many chins. I'm turning you off, and then afterwards we'll talk. Now it might just be because it's late, but I'm not like ecstatic in response. I am very satisfied. I'm very, very satisfied. It was a very good movie, but I'm gonna hold judgment until tomorrow, and then I'll do like a bit of a more camera.
It is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow. What's your initial reaction, David?
I liked it. I thought it was great.
It was, yeah. Now we're going to a bathroom, so you're going away. I'll see you tomorrow. Now that layer between 10 kilometers and 50 kilometers in altitude is what we call the stratosphere, and it accounts for almost the entirety of the remaining mass of the atmosphere. So yeah, let's see if I can remember this all. If you want more Battlefront videos with John and I just talking about stuff, then please comment below. Make sure you go and look at that singing playlist of choral music about Christmas. Comment below with which one piece is your favourite. You know, just have a listen to a few on shuffle.